comes and goes in waves. It always runs back, but it's never quite the same. Well, I think.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Jaren, and I know I promised you guys a lot of movie reviews, and a lot of the ones that I'm still dishing out are going to be late. But I've been back and forth with the flu. It's been a rough start to 2024, especially with friends trying to visit and trying to spend time with them, and also being sick. I mean, I couldn't even get in front of the camera and speak. I'm still a little bit phlegmy, but I'm just glad that my voice doesn't sound as coarse, doesn't sound as crass, and doesn't make me want to die. So today we're going to be talking about Night Swim. I know I saw this movie about a month ago around my birthday weekend, and we're finally going to get to dive into that because I think everybody kind of forgot about it. This story follows a family who moves into their new home, unaware that a dark secret from their house's past is about to unleash a malevolent force in their backyard pool. Ah, yes, a haunted swimming pool. You can believe the bewilderment, the awkward looks I get when I tell people that's the first movie I saw in 2024. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, what has cinema come to that the horror genre had to resort to the one area of the house that, I mean, they can't even get you if you don't have the need to go swimming. You know, you see the teaser trailer, it's laughable, and the only thing that's going to sell you is James Wan's name as well as Blumhouse. And then I saw the second trailer, and it kind of intrigued me. Some of the scare scenes seemed very inviting, and I just thought to myself, did they just give me all the good scares in that one particular trailer? Now, this movie is based off the Bryce McGuire and Rod Blackhurst short film that they've done back in 2014, and James Wan and Blumhouse have approached them with the idea to make their little short film into an entire feature. Now, Wan and Blumhouse's collaboration are no stranger to the entertainment industry when it comes to the horror house genre, but I mean, they have made it official. Atomic Monster, I believe, and Blumhouse are teaming up, and they're going to be doing so much more movies just in this caliber to bring a lot of great and brand new filmmakers into the entertainment industry. I can't wait to see what bad, good horror movies are going to be out there because the horror genre is alive and well. The month of January is a month that it's normally a lot of studios like to put their throwaway movies out into theaters because they know that not many people are filling up the auditoriums after the new year right away, or they think that their film is garbage and they're not expecting too much of a financial return. And some movies, especially in the horror genre, have broken this mold, have broken this curse. Movies like Scream 2022, aka Scream 5, or last year's Megan. But with a movie like Night Swim, it's safe to say that the horror genre is back in the January slate. I'm not saying that the movie was complete dumpster fire, but it sure really wasn't something you needed to rush out and see. Starting off with the family, I actually did not expect to like or care about these characters, especially when the story really takes its time to develop a sense of perspective into what's going on with their lives and why they need to buy this house, why they really needed to use the pool. And this also leads into White Russell's character and his career and how he's not able to perform in that particular career anymore because of his condition. This allows his character to be vulnerable, especially when the spotlight is on him, and this also makes him an easy target for whatever evil entity is lurking around at night. And by the third act, he turns into Jack Torrance, and I really wish he had more time to have fun with that part. Carrie Condon, who you might know from her Academy Award nominee performance in The Banshees of Inisherin, she plays Wyatt's wife as well as the mother of their children, and she's the true MVP in this movie. And that's because she is really the family's like rock and strength. She knows how to rally when the going gets tough, especially when the evil entity is really coming down and descending upon this family in the third act. I didn't think she had so much to do as far as the middle portion of the movie goes, but I mean, she gives a concrete performance. The two actors who played the kids did an okay job, although they do fall under the trope of annoying kids who have to make terrible decisions in order for the plot to move along. But I think once they get their initial attack from these ghouls, they do everything they can to avoid getting back into the pool. But if you think that is problem solved, I mean, you should see what these entities do once they get into the tap water system, because it doesn't matter. The plumbing goes throughout the house and it's just haunted as shit. There are some clever moments that they executed underwater involving coins, or the way that they would obscure or distort an image, especially when it came to one of their scary ghouls, especially when they're right in front of them. And then there's the way that they would shoot and pace some of the scenes where our characters are underwater to build suspense. And as a viewer, you just tend to hold your breath just as much as the character is when they're, diving deeper and deeper into the pool. Now, there is a handful of imagery and jump scares that did get me, but I gotta admit, there were very few and far in between, and I'm not sure if that was just the pacing of the movie, because for a 30-minute movie, it did feel like 2 hours. Or did I see the trailer too much, and did they spoil a lot for me already? There's also this thing that kind of bugged me, was just how much questions I had about the history of the house, of the pool, and how the water works. Whether that was it the pool that's really haunted, was it just the water, and if it was the water, I mean, why isn't it just affecting the pool only and not the house a little more often? I don't know. And they scratch the surface just to give you a little something to work with, just something for the audience to be like, oh, that's kind of an interesting idea. But the more that they kept that vague and they kept the answers away from the audience, by the time the third act rolls around, you just kind of feel a little silly. You feel kind of stupid and just left out of the conversation, and you're just, I don't know. Uh, I think if they are planning to do a sequel, I expect a lot more for that exploration. Having said that, this movie falls victim to many tropes of other movies alike in this genre. I mean, if you've seen films like The Amityville Horror, Poltergeist, The Ring 2, The Shining, or even Wish Upon, I mean, you already know what to expect when it comes down to a haunted object slash haunted foundation, and it really leaves no surprise for the audience in its expectations or familiar liberties. Overall, I'm not completely mad about this movie. I don't regret seeing it. It's just that this may not be a great movie. This premise is silly as shit. But this is not going to be the worst movie you see of 2024. But this is definitely not a movie that you've missed out on. This is definitely not a movie you need to rush out and see. If they make a sequel, I don't plan on seeing it. But if you do still want to check it out, I don't think it's playing in theaters anymore. But I think you can rent or download it on VOD. I mean, it's streaming digitally somewhere, but I still think you need to pay for it. Don't pay for it. Anyways, that's all I got to share about the movie. Thank you guys again so much for taking your time out of your day for hearing me talk some movies. I'm Jaren Agbanawag. I got a shitload of movie reviews to deliver for you guys. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you guys at the movies.
When it pulls me out, will you make me stronger? Will you be